cin fáilte roh. Bhéliagus tréis líam libh as na grada méúile atá buinte amachach agus chothirthe go bhfuil siad sna sciile na práticú min ar las muinte na héireann in bheala éasúile. Tá duine bháin as colúdad na Spáine, muy bien venida Americasa. I'll just say how welcome you all are here today, and I'm very pleased to have the opportunity of welcoming you back and celebrating your successes. I remember when I went out to the RDS that it was one of the events that I enjoyed most, and Sabina had exactly the same view. Maybe it was because in 1991 that took the 3 or 4 years it took our house to get built that I became so familiar with it. But anyway, but at the event, what I think was wonderful about it, and what I'm just saying it, I haven't in this speech, but it is say the relationship that exists between people who are transmitting skills and a new wonderful high-level practitioner is something that is extraordinarily valuable. The one thing that goes across all the borders and all of the cultures is that relationship, and how proud you can be, all those of you who have helped these award winners, of what you have transmitted. It's one thing to have the skill, but it's a fantastic thing to be able, in fact, to share it. And I was just thinking last night, I was in the concert hall, and James Galway was playing. He's 80 in about a week's time. He's fragile enough now. But the thing that he put the most emphasis on, he said the most important thing, was in fact actually sharing the music. And all of the young people that were talking about is that, including his wife, was saying that is in fact actually what he's most proud of. But when I met you in March, I was delighted to see how well you're looking and it all after your travels. That it's most appropriate that you come here and that we celebrate. Cámid on made that winch mark Kilura. Tá faras na Hillian as well, agus or she Kunund drums. I must say as well that I have an opportunity, and I want to say the representatives of SOLAS, the Further Education Training Authority in Ireland. I'm so pleased to meet all of you, and thank you for all that you're doing. You know, people wanted the biennial WorldSkills Competition. I think that the WorldSkill is a grand word in itself, and I don't think it needs to be called Olympics or anything like that. In fact, actually, skilling will stay more important long after Olympics, I think. But all of the different areas that you not only, you've represented Ireland, and won gold medals, cloud computing, freight forwarding, I was talking to herself, building information modelling, the industrial millwright mechanic category, then excellence, welding, aircraft, maintenance, cookery, plumbing, heating, construction, metalwork, restaurant service, cabinet making. One thing that they have all in common is that every single one of them is a celebration of the human person's capacity to work and to feel, to deal with materials, to shape things, and so on. I'm reading a book just recently called Capitalism Without Capital, and it's very interesting that in the west coast of the United States, there are only about 5 of those large companies that have collateralized assets. In other words, all the rest of them are people blowing into their own balloon. And that is, you're in fact actually, you're not distributing it to the shareholders, and you're not distributing your wages. So what you're doing is you're buying your own shares, and you're creating something totally artificial. And the great distinction between every single one of those skills in many, many cases is that it comes to earth as something that is in fact capable of being seen as a human achievement, immensely practical, can be used in different parts of the world, in different cultures, in different circumstances. And it's the distinction between, if you like, the real economy and the fantasy speculative economy, which has brought so much grief to so many states and countries at different times. I think these skills are incredibly important. I had the great advantage of knowing some people who, I think I may have told you this before, and if I have, I apologise, but my dear friend whom I lost last year, Tom Murphy, the playwright, Tom Murphy and Mick Brennan of the Electric Trade Union, and Mike Cooley, who wrote the book, a wonderful, wonderful book, be the one really on technology. They were all going to the tech they were all going to secondary school in Tuam years ago, and they persuaded their mothers to let them to go to the tech, as they called it, to build an airplane. Now, Tom Murphy went on to become one of the world's greatest playwrights. Mike Cooley won the Alternative Nobel Prize for Technology and Innovation and Computer-Aided Design. And in addition to that, Mick Brennan is still going strong. He went into the trade union movement. But it was just the importance that they saw and that attached to work and to actually tangibly touching materials and so on. And I so admired them. And it showed in everything that they did in every other aspect of their lives. And I do want to wish all these young men and women who are involved here and all those who have assisted them success in every aspect of their lives. Every now and again, you know, I think as well, people speak about why would people be doing these things, and there's only one straight answer. It was what I wanted to do, and if it gives you satisfaction, and if it feeds back into your feeling of things that you're able to say, I did this and I did it well and I achieved excellence. Could there be anything better than that? Poets, it's the same thing, but it's much tougher. But I think as well I think what's very, very important as well is to break the barrier between what are called academic and vocational subjects. Anyone who has been looking at things creatively, people who make things creatively, you have to look at it sideways. You have to look at it from all different angles and so forth. And never that enables you to envisage not only, in fact, actually what are the limitations of the materials, but also what are the possibilities and new combinations. And particularly when sauliacht, as we would say in Irish, imagination is added to it. And I think the other part of it is something that is quite incredible to me. Is you have one great advantage, is that in relation to the whole future of work, in having a durable, portable, useful, applicable skill, and so on. The number of people who've been sucked into, let us say, for example, even in relation to the financial sector, whose whole progress in life is built around something totally artificial. You hear them, they're the people who end up buying all those self-healing books and go in the bookshops and everything like that about how to handle minor neurosis and so on, and this kind of thing. I think yours is work that will give you, may it always give you a unique satisfaction. I have to say, when I went out to the Ordace that day, in many, many cases, those people going outside representing Ireland and so forth, I was proud of you then. I'm even more proud of you now. And I'm very, very, very proud of the institutions that made it possible. It took a long, long time. Some of the finest science now, and particularly some of the finest interconnections between science and technology, is going on in the institutes of technology around the country and so forth. And I was very, very, very much, as a person who was a university teacher myself, of the importance of recognizing the quality of that work. Work that has been published, work that has been peer-reviewed, work that is often produced under harder conditions because the teaching loads are high and so forth, and I very, very much admire that. So this is a very, very, very special occasion here in the Oras. Fáilte Rúbhrás, agus if Trish as Margaret Maina Gradam to Winter Makaki, Trish Liam le Gakra to Winter Makaki. I do want to thank Ray English and Michael Harahan from WorldSkills Ireland and all of their team and all of the team in Salas and all of the people in the Navy Corrux, Kumaka Queen and Rodder Corrux, Mila Weekas, Creamak Maruktaran Herin. I so want to thank all of you who have helped with this achievement in any way and enjoy your visit to me. Mila Weekas, thank you.